Hello, OLLI members. I'm Joe Lurie, and it's a pleasure to be returning to OLLI after a couple of years. And the problem of COVID that has kept me out of sync for a while, but it's a pleasure to be coming back. And I'll be talking about, in this course, decoding cultural and generational disconnects in the age of globalization and polarization. And in this particular course, we will be taking a look at how globalization and technology are having an enormous impact on communication and perception. With YouTube's tweets, texts, and migrants crossing cultures without context, we'll be studying in exponential increase in misunderstandings across cultures and generations, particularly among these groups, among immigrants, international students, perhaps here on the Berkeley campus, clashing concepts of healthcare, the growth of multinational businesses and mistakes across the business world, and divisions that are driving communication misunderstanding across generations. So, for example, among immigrants, why is it that many immigrants and refugees coming to Western countries, non-Western immigrants and refugees, are having difficulty securing jobs, even if they're highly skilled? And part of that has to do with different concepts of the meaning of eye contact, the meaning of touch, the meaning of how you express, how and where you express your accomplishments. We will be talking about clashing concepts of healthcare, one of the biggest challenges that immigrants and refugees experience, particularly those who have experienced trauma. So, for example, if you have great trauma and you come to a Western country from a non-Western country, why is it that the first thing that Westerners often offer is a psychiatrist or a psychologist? And why is that a huge disconnect and makes absolutely no sense and gets us nowhere? Why is it that in some countries, for example, diagnoses of physical appearance may differ in terms of what it may mean about disease or lack of disease? Red blotches on the skin is very common in many countries. And when though people from those countries may come to this country, for example, it's interpreted as physical abuse. Why is it that international students, for example, I worked at International House, some of you may know, for many years. Why is it that international students, some of them sit in the light part of the dining room and others, by their national background, sit in the dark side of the dining room? What keeps them from mingling together just because there are different interpretations of the meaning of light and dark? In terms of the growth of multinational businesses, there are many more multinational teams, and yet many of them have significant challenges and are not reaching good conclusions because there are different approaches to decision-making. Who makes the decisions? How are decisions come to? How is consensus looked upon? How is authoritarian figures looked upon positively and negatively? So we'll explore those differences too in a world of increasing numbers of multinational businesses. And when a business for the first time tries to connect overseas, such as Walmart, why frequently do they fail? Because of different cultural concepts. And then finally, I'd like to concentrate a lot on generational disconnects. Why is it that young people who are not connected to voicemail, as many of us still are, not connected to longer emails, as many of us still are? Why is that causing disconnects in communication? My younger sister, 25 years younger than me, recently sent me an email, and basically in the email, I asked her in the email, I sent her an email and I asked her, are these dates good for your arrival? One question. Second question, does your husband use his middle initial when flying? Her answer, great. Why is that incident symbolic of all kinds of divisions between communications between people of our generation and much younger people? An 18-year-old that I know quite well told me that he went to the post office to deliver a letter for the first time. He took a piece of paper with him and brought it to the clerk and asked the clerk to mail it for him. This is symptomatic of an enormous disconnect of communications. Now, emojis are very popular. Many of you may think you know what this means. Across generations and across cultures, in the class we'll describe why this could have an enormous number of meanings and confusion. Many of us here in the Bay Area think that they may understand what this means. I hope you can all see that. But when you get a larger context, this is what it means in this highly politicized context. And then finally, two more images just to illustrate how we're going to proceed with the course. Some of you may see an umbrella, and some of you may see burqas. Why is that? We will explore that. And then a metaphor for the full course is I'm going to ask each of you to tell me what you think this says. Okay, read it carefully. Most of you will say, I love Paris in the springtime. Would you be shocked to learn that is not what it says? So hopefully by the end of the course, we will learn to see with new eyes and develop positive pathways for engaging with difference. Hope to see you in the fall. Thank you so much.